This week, policeabuse.com investigators contacted Vigo County prosecutors to provide information about a Danville, Indiana police officer named Chris Gil. Policeabuse.com has been investigating Officer Gill for almost 3 years. Gill has been the target of multiple complaints by citizens for assault, threats of violence, and unprofessional conduct. The most recent complaint made to policeabuse.com 3 weeks ago was for unprofessional conduct during a traffic stop. But the most serious complaints came from Chris Gill's ex-wife, Teresa Gill. Teresa Gill reported a series of assaults and violent tirades by her husband to policeabuse.com. Teresa told us that she had nowhere else to turn. She asked for an investigation into her ex-husband's conduct. Teresa Gill reported that her husband believed that he was above the law. She told us that her husband would never be disciplined because he was a Danville, Indiana police officer. Keith Gill, the Danville police chief, is Chris Gill's father. Teresa Gill told us that each time she complained to Danville police about violent attacks by her husband, the police chief shielded his son from any potential consequences, leaving her helpless and vulnerable to repeated violent attacks during child exchanges. On one occasion, Teresa recorded the assault. We have had the video posted on policeabuse.com for over a year now.
I can't believe it! My job is fucked. I had to have it done by the 21st. Oh my God! Just go!
We
No,
need
how
gas.
could you do this to me? No! You're not dropping the charges. Go! I can't believe you do this. You want me to give you more and you're not dropping anything.
Okay,
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! What am I gonna do? Please just go. Oh my God! No!
Through an online investigation via Facebook, we learned that Gill was in Texas receiving an award for a program he started for training law enforcement officers. Gill was being inducted into the U.S. Martial Arts Hall of Fame. Through evidence supplied by policeabuse.com, prosecutors developed enough information to have Chris Gill's bond revoked. When Gill returned to Indiana, U.S. Marshals were waiting for him at the airport. He was arrested and taken to county jail. In the same week, Keith Gill, Chris Gill's father, was removed as police chief from the Danville Police Department.
Today, Chris Gil pled guilty to assault and battery against his wife. It is likely that Gill will lose his firearm and his position as a police officer with the Danville Police Department.
Rob, from the state's perspective, what was the most important things that you wanted to get out of this agreement with Mr. Gill?
The most important things that we're looking for are hopefully a change in future behavior. That's why we mandated it as part of the plea agreement that he receive anger management counseling, at least an evaluation and abide by any recommendations for counseling. Second, that he not be allowed to legally possess a firearm or ammunition again under federal law. And third, that frankly he never carry a badge. This type of conviction he should never get into.
Now that he spent some time in jail and he don't have a badge, will never have a badge, he'll never be able to carry a firearm, I still don't have any contact, or he cannot have contact with me. I'm not 110% agreeable with that, but at least it's closure, and he did finally admit and plead guilty to the battery.
As far as the way the policeabuse.com handled the investigation, how do you feel overall?
Well, without you guys' help to begin with, this wouldn't have got as far as it did. You guys uncovered a lot more than what I could have ever done, or they could have done. You guys helped with the case.
Mm-hmm. You feel it had a direct impact on it?
Yes, it did. A big impact on this case.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And you read an impact statement to the court. Can you just kind of summarize what you told the court?
I wanted to let the courts know that I appreciated what the prosecutor's office had done. That Chris finally pled guilty to something that he did, whether it be by force because he was in jail and wanted out of jail, whatever the case is, he still pled guilty. I wanted to let the judge know that I still am in fear of the abuse that I endured throughout the marriage with Chris. And my son being around that abuse, the impact it had on him and still does. I pled with the courts to add Garrett to a no contact for the year until Chris was stable enough to basically be around Garrett for Garrett's best interest, and that at the end of the completion of his counseling, that I hope that when he completes that he will be a better person, that he will be someone that Garrett looks up to as a father.
See the full story and follow this case on policeabuse.com.